So the problem is that I know that these routes, this visual novel, each route has one or two endings. There's no way that I can just let Ilya die. If I thought there was a possibility, is like, maybe there's a route where me and Reen walk out of here and, go live our lives and open up a little food restaurant while the Holy Grail War concluded without us. If I thought that was a possibility, I might pursue that and restrain myself. But there's nowhere to go from here. We have no servants. We have nothing. We can't. If Ilya dies, the only two sides left are Team Shinji and Team Castor, which, frankly, is a lose-lose situation either way. I'd almost probably side with Castor over. No, I would side with Castor over Shinji. Now, all that being said, I don't know how we could possibly stop Gilgamesh at all. But even if it's impossible, it's really our only option. It's not so much about whether or not we can stop Gilgamesh from killing Ilya here. Is that there's no other possibility. My frozen body bursts. My feet lift me up, and my arms grab the railing at the same time. I see Tosaka as I do so. She's biting her lips in anger while watching the tragedy below us. I know. Tosaka wants to stop him as well, but we'll be the ones killed if we do so. She can't stop him. That goes the same for me as well. I know it's stupid of me to die trying to save a dying girl. I don't care about that. I just can't leave her be. That's all that fills my mind. I jump down over the railing. Tosaka and Shinji both look in surprise at the intruder, but the man does not even look at me. The man reaches for the girl's body. I yell. I stop him with all my might. The man stops his arm, and he slowly turns to me like death that found its new prey. Look at him. Interlude? What do you mean? Well, you know what? That probably is good for me. Going back over a month. He was summoned in this world before anyone. He was not summoned in this country, a faraway foreign land. The land is always covered in white, the sky is always gray, and the castle is built within a hidden mountain. It is always winter in that land. Coldness and stagnation, barrenness and longing. As they cut all ties with the present world and await the reproduction of the miracle, they are like living corpses. The cold winter air steals their human warmth, and the stagnant world does not allow them a new lifestyle. The family is the seeker of the Holy Grail. Spring does not come for the Iceburn family until their wish is fulfilled. It has been 10 centuries since they started to search for the Holy Grail. As they used every possible method to attain their goal, they were eventually able to forge the Holy Grail. But even then, all they could build is the vessel. The divine mystery that should dwell in there is empty, and they keep building vessels that will never be filled. But a foreseeable end comes to them. They perform a ritual to fill the vessel with help from outsiders. The result is both a success and a failure. The Holy Grail is made. The Holy Grail should be filled with that method. But they make many enemies at the same time. Even though they should be the owners of the Holy Grail, they have been degraded down the common magi that donate help. Their tenacity is abnormal. No, they have been obsessed since that time 1,000 years ago when they almost obtained the Holy Grail. They broke the rules and constantly pulled out the strongest card. In the first one, they did not have time to do such a thing. The second one, they finally found a loophole in the rules. In the third one, they summoned what they shouldn't have. And the fourth one, they were sure of their victory, having the strongest card and its master. The result was a total failure. The servant and the master they selected betrayed them. The man destroyed the Holy Grail, leaving behind his wife and daughter in the Winter. What? They were infuriated with the man's betrayal, and they lamented their mistake. What? Outsiders cannot be trusted. Strongest card, master. Okay, so that's Kiritsugu. He was with the Ainsburns. His wife was an Ainsburn, and his daughter would be Ilya then, and that would make Amiya her Oni-chan. Their family, with their perfected magic circuits, will be the only ones to obtain the Holy Grail. They had insurance to begin with, and on the fifth one, they finally prepared the strongest master and servant. It was him. 2 months ago, before the Holy Grail War began, every rule was broken for him, Berserker, to be summoned. The days that followed were to only hurt the master. The command spell engraved all over the girl was used to control Berserker. It did no good as a magic circuit, and it only drained her life away. Even the slightest move on Berserker's part caused the girl to scream in pain. It was only natural. The Holy Grail would appear in 2 months. The only thing keeping him in this world were the girl's magical energy and her command spell. Berserker was not created from the magical energy of the Holy Grail. Even if the girl may have been special, to keep Berserker in this world using her own magical energy was like having her life taken away. Knowing that, they still did not allow her to rest. They abandoned them in the winter forest, filled with hungry beasts. They gave them over to possessed corpses. They threw them in a wasteland full of failures. The only way for the girl to survive was to rely on the giant she had been given. She survived the training that was more like torture. She would let the giant attack the oncoming enemies. She would let out screams of anguish, but she allowed him to attack every one of her enemies. He does not know himself when the process became a special one for him. In contrast to her younger appearance, she hated whining. Everything that comes out of her mouth was an insult. She must have instinctively known that if she was going to murmur something, she would get stronger when she would insult and hate someone. The girl scorned Berserker for being ugly and cursed his existence. It was only natural. The girl would not have had to suffer if he had not existed. She would have not have been thrown in hell if she had not been chosen as a master. The girl insulted the giant every chance she got and used him to take out her anger. The pain had lessened by the time she had mastered Berserker's control, which was when the Holy Grail showed signs of its appearance. The girl took away the giant's sanity as if in revenge, treating him as a mad warrior. But he already knew that this was the girl's desperate opposition. The girl did so to hide her weakness. She walked with pride as if saying that she could live alone, and that she did not need any friends or collaborators. It was a bluff to ignore the fact that she was fated to have nothing. Whoa! The Winter Forest. The girl timidly touched the arm covered in blood. Surrounded by hungry beasts, the girl was prepared for her death, but desperately denied it. At that time, he was not able to move without an order from his master, and he was the first to be attacked by the beasts. The beast bit off a piece of his neck and head and limbs. With the scene in front of her, the girl screamed. As he had his sanity taken away, he could not recall what she said back then. But the girl yelled not for her sake, but for his. Even though her body was destroyed whenever he swung his arm, she ended it for his sake. That's why they both were covered in blood. The giant was covered in the beast's blood, and the girl was covered in her own blood. He remembers the Winter Forest, the weight of the girl that rested on him, crying tears of anguish. And he realized, in that small, cold castle, he was the only one she talked to. Her figure appears in his vision. Just like that time, the tears he did not see on her since she became a complete master, the girl running to him in tears, and the man slashes her. The golden foe gashes her eyes with a single slash, taking away her light forever. Oh. Her face is covered in red. She still runs in spite of that, but falls over a piece of rubble as her eyes are cut. The slender body falls over. There. The enemy's sword is brought down. The sword misses her heart. The girl is coughing up blood as her lung must have been pierced. It is not instant death, but it is fatal. For eye slash, her lung pierced, and her servant eliminated, she is nothing now. So she should at least die peacefully. It might be salvation if she would just go to sleep right there, but... Oh, this is wild. The girl crawls, leaving traces of blood. Crying in pain, she crawls towards the black giant. How much power was left in him? Breaking the chains with all his might, he charges at the man. The demonic lance is thrust. This whole thing is fucking surreal. The heart-piercing lance impales the giant. That ends it. The man pulls out the lance as if nothing has happened, and the remaining power of the giant completely disappears. His body disappears. All the power that was giving his body from his disappeared. So all that is left for him is to disappear. As he ran out of magical energy, There is no way for him to stay in this world. He falls, but in his last living moment, he sees the girl fumbling around for him. Power returns to his falling body. The law of magic that constructed him. The regulation of the world that hates inconsistencies. The body that is crumbling away like sand. He pushes aside all powers trying to eliminate him using his own power of will. He cannot disappear yet. He is probably the only one she relied on. He has to answer the solitary girl that believed in him although she insulted him. With her eyes slashed, the girl crawls with her hands stretched out. She must want to feel him, as she cannot see now. The blood-stained hands grope through the empty space, trying to verify his presence. There is no power left in him. There is nothing he can do. Berserker will fall here and die here. His body has died, and there is no power left to support him. But that cannot be allowed. His mind is dead. Supporting his body with his will that should no longer exist, he parts from this world. His body is still standing just as it was when he was invincible. As if to say his body has to be invincible until the very last second for the girl that depended on it. And the girl reaches him. The hand that was grasping through empty space finally touches something. Coughing up blood, the girl crawls to the hand of the figure. She cannot see, but she can still feel him. Berserker hasn't lost yet. She cannot see anymore, but Berserker is still strong like always. Strength fades from her body. She's hurt and scared, but it's alright as long as he's here. He's always protected her. He was scary, but he was really kind. His big body was like that of a dad, and she wanted for him to pick up her. She wanted for him to pick her up once. She rests her body on him. Feels though he'll rest one of his big solid hands on her head. It's probably true. He should be patting her head when she opens her eyes. Her body is cold, recalling the forest from the time the girl smiles. It happened so long ago, recalling the giant that protected her. Even when injured, the girl peacefully falls asleep. Oh. The man reaches out for the girl that went to sleep. I yell. I don't consider the person in danger, nor what could happen to me. Look at this smug motherfucker. The man stops. Behind him stands Shinji, surprised at the sudden intruder. The man smiles ominously. My shaking throat speaks up before I can think. But there's no way the man will stop. I couldn't even tell him to stop. The man pulls something out of the girl with a smile. A red object like a poisonous fruit. The thing in the man's hand is the... Oh. It just gets worse every time. My mind burns down. Fear of being killed mixes with the desire to kill him.
観客がいたか。俺の勇姿を見たいという気持ちはわかるが。
With the girl's heart in his right hand.
身の程をわきまえろ。王に命じるとは何事か。雑種
He shoots off one of his numerous noble phantasms at me. The terrace falls. Man's noble phantasm destroys the wall of the castle. I don't move at all. I don't care about the rubble falling down. I don't have time to run. I have no intention of running. I don't care even if a big place of debris scratches against my back. I can't think of looking away from that guy now.
ほう。何かと思えば、セイバーのマスターとはな。
His red eyes react to my enmity. It's only natural for me to go crazy. My mind churns with conflicting impulses towards life and death. Oh, I guess I fixed the problem.
戦う意志はあるようだが、話にならん。肝心のセイバーがいないのでは、貴様などに価値はない。
True. A sword appears in his left hand. A sword is mercilessly raised and should come down to kill Miyashiro. I keep glaring at the enemy. Can't even think about showing my back to him. Ah, yeah, my good buddy Shinji's gonna bail me out now. There we go. Oh, Shinji, you were always there looking out for me. Oh, just thinking of all the good times with Shinji now. Mansoor stops. Shinji, who was watching from the other side of the wall, walks to the center of the hall.
Yo, 久しぶりだな、エミヤ。こんなところで会うとは思わなかったんでね。少しばかり驚いたよ。
Why are you still in your school uniform? The man does not move. There's about 10 meters between us. Would I be able to get near him? Even Berserker could not close this distance.
なんだ、ブルって声も出ないのか？なあ、気持ちはわからないでもないよ。僕もライダーの時はそうだった。ああ、そうだったそうだった。いや、あの時は見逃してもらって助かったよ、エミヤ。
Yeah, even it out now. See? There's nothing I can use as a weapon. But I don't care. My head is clear right now. I don't feel any uneasiness about projecting his swords right now.
おい、僕がこっちを見ろって言ってるんだ。
I slightly shift my gaze in his direction. I look at Shinji while keeping the man in my view.
そうだよ。わかってるじゃんか。今ここで一番誰が偉いのかってことがさ。
Christ. I gasp. Not because of what he said. It's unexpected that he is saying that from the bottom of his heart.
そういうことだ。ならわかってるよな、エミヤ。お前、このままじゃ確実に死ぬ。
Unbelievable. How out of place. Why say something that's so obvious?
紹介が遅れたが、そいつは僕の新しいサーバントでね。ライダーなんかよりすごいだろ。
Shinji puts his hand on the man's shoulder. And with a delighted face,
命乞いしろよ、エミヤ。 少しは考えてやってもいいぜ。
He says something unimaginable.
断る。
I do not hesitate. I answer right away without showing any sign of even considering it.
そうかよ。それじゃあ死んじゃえよ、お前。
Shinji jumps back. Man, still with a cold expression, finally brings his sword down.
そこまでよ。そこのサーバント。指一本でも動かせば、マスターの命は保証しないわ。
The man stops his sword once again. Everyone looks up. Everyone down the hall turns his attention to the girl on the terrace. Tazaka's hand is aimed at Shinji. Even though Shinji is not a magus, he should know what that means. Tazaka's serious. If that man brings down his sword, she will kill Shinji as retaliation.
遠坂、お前までなんでここに。
She doesn't answer, but she keeps her aim on Shinji. I'm so sorry, Rin. This is all my fault.
お前、本気で僕を疎ってるか。この人殺し。
This fucking guy! You who could... How could you kill someone? Huh? He's... How dare you, murderer? You're gonna shoot me?
殺したのはそっちが先でしょう。もっとも、どうであれこっちの気は変わらないわ。シンジ、殺す権利と殺される権利は同じよ。そんなこと、人間なら魔術師じゃなくても本能で理解なさい。
Shinji retreats weakly, being stared down by Tazaka. And man just watches it in delight. He looks at Tazaka. Then, I think there was a strange shaking for an instant. What the fuck?
なるほど。俺の打倒はできぬと悟り、マスターを狙ったか。交渉を持ちかけたのは、マスターを殺したところで、俺が止まらぬと判断したからだな、娘。
そうよ。シンジが死んだくらいじゃ、あんたは止まりそうにない。けど、この状況なら考えてもいいでしょ。今ならシンジを救えるもの。あんただってサーバントなら、マスターを失うのは痛手のはずよ。
なるほどなるほど。なかなかの起点だ。そこの雑種を助けたいのならば、その交渉しかありえまい。
His sword disappears. He turns his back to me as if he's lost interest.
お前、何のつもりだ。誰が止めろって言ったんだよ。
You wanna die, Shinji?
いや、状況が変わったぞ、シンジ。彼女ならば、器としては文句なし。
What? No! What are you? Shinji stops breathing, his face filled with irritation suddenly into a dirty smile. Oh.
そうか。いや、嬉しいよ、遠坂。君がまだ生きていてくれて。
It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
そう。一応私もほっとしたわ。あんたみたいなのでも付き合いは長いからね。どこかで死なれてたら気落ちするわ。
Laughing, Shinji claps his hands. It's so strange. Shinji shows no fear even though Tazaka can't end his life. It seems an overwhelming joy is numbing his emotions.
まあいい。それよりどうだ、遠坂。エミヤなんてほっといてさ、僕たちと手を組まないか。
僕たち。
そうだよ。君もキャスターが力を蓄えているのは知ってるだろ。竜道寺は今回の最短なんだ。そこに陣取られて魔力を蓄えられてるのね。少しばかり不利になる。
Shinji says this with both his hands raised. That's an obvious fact. If I have to add, it seems Shinji doesn't know Caster obtained Saber and Archer.
な、わかるだろ。一人でやっても勝ち目は薄いんだ。バーサーカーのマスターは倒したけど、これだけじゃ足りない。遠坂、君がいればキャスターたちにも負けないものが作れるよ。
Shinji invites her with confidence. To that,
お断りよシンジ。あんたが誰と繋がっているかは知らないけどね、私から見てもいいように使われているだけのやつについていく道理はないわ。
Suzaka refuses him without twitching a brow.
なんだって
わからない？腐れ縁から忠告するけど、もうちょっと周りを観察する知力を養いなさい。麻藤真司をマスターだと思っているのはあんた一人だけよ。あんたには魔術師としての才能がないっていい加減気がついたら。
Shinji's face stiffens up. The harsh words must have caused him to forget that his life is in Tosaka's hands.
やれギルガメッシュ。エミヤも遠坂も皆殺しだ。
Shinji orders his servant.
なんだよ。やれって言ってるだろ。お前なら僕がやられる前にやるなんて簡単じゃないか。
いや、残念だが時間切れだ。これ以上放置すれば腐ってしまう。
The man shows Shinji, who is walking up to him in anger, what is in his right hand. Red piece of meat. Still throbbing heart he ripped out of that girl. Shinji grits his teeth in vexation.
そう後悔するなよ遠坂。もう仲間にしてやらないからな。
Shinji runs towards the gate. The other one stays. And after watching his master's disgraceful behavior,
だそうだ。良い友人を持ったな。
with those delighted words, he leaves the room filled with rubble. And we walk to her, the center of the hall. With sunlight coming in from the ceiling, the girl is sleeping amongst the rubble. Her eyes will never open again. Well, they wouldn't open again if she had them. Looking closely, the girl is not white at all. She is red all over her, and she looks nothing like she did before.
シローのせいじゃないわ。
I fucking know that.
わかってるでしょ。私たちじゃこの子を助けることなんてできなかった。
I know. I've been taught that there are people that I can save and people I cannot save. Oh, man. I know I'll put my own life in danger if I try to do something beyond my capabilities, but still. I still wanted to save her. That's I know as well. I don't want a child dying in front of me. I don't want anyone dying in front of me. It is more painful and scary than anything else not to be able to save someone asking for help. There's no way I can apologize. And I don't know her well enough to apologize to her. The girl is unrelated to Miyashiro. I'm not so sure about that anymore. I know that without having to be told, so why? Why are these eyes crying?
どうして？
遠坂。
どうしてよ。あいつの前に出れば殺されるって分かっていたでしょ。なのにどうしてイリアスフィールを助けようとしたの？結果はどうあれ、イリアスフィールは敵だった。なのにどうしてこの子の死にそこまでしてやれるのよ。
Is it an inquiry? Sasaka's eyes are serious.
どうしても何もない。助けたいと思ったから止めただけだ。
There's no other way to explain it. After glaring at me,
そう。前から異常だと思ってたけど、今ので確信したわ。シロ、あなたの生き方はひどくいびつよ。
she tries to open a lid that I've kept closed for so long.
つったって。
そうよ。自分より他人のが大切なんて生き方は間違ってる。いい？他人を助けるのは自分が愛されたいからだなんて一般論を口にしてるんじゃないわ。そんな偽善とは別のところで人間は自分を一番にしなくちゃいけないの。そりゃ他人が一番のやつだっているけど、そもそも自分っていうのは計りにかけられない別格なのよ。言うなれば計りそのものでしょ。なのにあんたはその計りを壊してどうでもいい他人を助けようとする。ええ、それでも構わない。あんたが自分のないただ生きてるだけの人間ならそれもいいけど、シロは自分があるじゃない。そんな確固たる自意識があるくせに自分をないがしろにするなんてできないのよ。そんなことを続けてたらいつか必ず壊れるから。
No way. I can't break down. I'm doing this so that I won't break down. I'm trying to save people that I could not save so that I can hold my head high.
いいえ、もう十分に壊れてるわ、あなたは。だから言ってよ、10年前に何があったかは知らない。けど、あんたがおかしくなってるのは、それが原因なんでしょうから。
Suzaka looks like she's crying. Why does she have to make a face like that? It's as if she knows I'll live a thankless life, so she's trying to stop me.
学校の時もそうだった。あなたはあれだけの死体を見てとんでもなく冷静だった。私でさえ死体と勘違いしたっていうのに、一別しただけでみんなが生きてるって読み取っていた。それがずっと変だって引っかかってた。魔術師としてろくな教育を受けていないくせに、殺し屋になってもすぐに自分を落ち着かせていた。死体を前にして憤ることはあっても、死体そのものに嫌悪を抱いてはいなかった。それはきっとあなたにとって人の死は見慣れたものだったからよ。それだけのものを。
I get used to seeing them? Well, it's true that it wasn't my first time seeing a corpse. The students at school, Ryder, who got her neck twisted off, and even the girls sleeping in front of me now. I think they died natural deaths compared to that time. She's wrong. 5 or 10 years ago, saved Miyashiro. That cannot be the main reason why Tosaka is criticizing me now.
違う、遠坂。そんなことはない。俺はただ助けられただけだ。
助けられた？あなた、10年前の火事の時に助けられたのね。それがエミヤ桐次だったの。
ああ、そうだ。ただそれだけだ。あれは原因なんかじゃない。
My heart aches when I answer. My body is telling me that it's a lie.
じゃあ他には何かなかった？ずっと後悔しているようなこととか、助けられる代償にエミや桐次に取られたものとかなかったの？
そんなのあるもんか。桐次は俺を助けてくれただけだ。それに取られるも何もその時は。
I had nothing to give. Saw many corpses. I died at that time and was reborn. I do not have any regrets. My eyes lost hatred there. My hands lost anger there. My legs lost hope there. Myself lost itself there. So why? Why do I have this self-consciousness that Tosaka speaks of?
それは
I've accepted death. I knew I was going to die. Even if my body was saved in that situation, there's no way my mind could have been saved as well. At that time, I was empty, and I just admired something sacred. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, I don't know where that error happened exactly, so I'm just gonna hope that I'm around where I'm supposed to be and that it's not gonna fuck up now. I remember now. No, I didn't even put it into my memory, so I didn't realize until now that it's what really saved me.
シロ、やっぱり何か契約でもさせられたの？
違う。取られたものなんて何もない。俺はただもらっただけだ。
World like hell. In the place where everyone but me died, I was saved. Nobody saved me, and I wasn't able to save anybody. At the very end, he granted something that I thought was a miracle.
覚えてる。俺を覗き込む目とか、助かってくれと懇願する声を。その淵で思ったんだ。自分が助かったことじゃなくて、助けてくれる奴がいることは、なんて。
It's so wonderful and it's such a miraculous thing. That's why I admire it. I had nothing, and there was nothing remaining in me. I admired the first thing that came into my sight.
だから、俺は。
That's the only thing I had. That's the only emotion I felt after I was saved. I was happy. I cried. That's all I could think about. That's all the emotion I could create.
ああ、きっと、遠坂は。
Tell me. You're not telling me something. You need to tell me something. It's distorted for me to put priority on others before me. There is something seriously wrong with the procedure.
けど、救われたのは俺だけだった。その時に思ったんだ。この次があるのなら、助けられなかった人の代わりに、全ての人を助けなくちゃいけないんだって。
それがおかしいって言ってるのよ。いい？助かったんならまず自分を大事にしろっていうの。死んじゃった人たちには悪いけど、あんただけが助かったっていうのはただの偶然よ。ならその幸運をかみしめなさい。それだけひどい目にあったんだから、あとは楽しくやんなきゃ嘘でしょ。
Tosaka is seriously angry. Yeah, that makes me happy. Finally realize now because Tosaka is that kind of person. Question I've been wondering about all by myself. I wanted to be a superhero. I always tried to help others. I knew there was something wrong with the method, but I did not understand what. It's so clear now. Because of this person that is seriously angry for my sake.
何よ、これだけ言ってもまだわからないわけ？頭くるわね。そんなに分からず屋だって言うなら、あんたとのコンビも。
いや、わかってる。言っただろ。遠坂は正しいって。
なら。
けど、やっぱり忠告は聞けない。確かに、俺は何か間違えている。けどいいんだ。だって、誰かのためになりたいっていう思いが間違いなはずがないんだからな。
So, I answer her with as much gratitude as I possibly put in.
まったく、そんな顔されたら何も言えないじゃない。
Maybe get awkward as Tosaka turns and walks away. And then,
まあ仕方ないか。こうなったらもう私が何とかしてあげるわよ。
she sighs as she says this. We're just hanging out here now. We return to the hall when the sky turns red. The corpse of the girl is not on the mountain of rubble. We just buried her in the courtyard. I don't know if it's normal for servants, but the black giant turned into sand, but we put the sand in the same coffin as the girl.
さて、これからどうするかだけど考えはある。
We're fucked. There is nothing left.
考え中だ。事態がまた悪い方に転んだからな。少し整理しないとやってられない。
そうね。最大の敵だったイリアスフィールとバーサーカーはいなくなったけど、代わりにわけわかんないやつが出てきたし。サーバントは7人しか呼ばれないはずなのに、あいつで8人目でしょ。どう見ても既存のサーバントじゃなかったけど、シンジのやつどこであんなのと契約したんだか。
An eighth servant, huh? I don't think we can treat that man as a servant. He has a heroic spirit that dominates all others. He has a seemingly infinite supply of noble phantasm, and he is a devil without any human emotion.
ギルガメッシュ。それって古代メソポタミア神話に出てくる英雄だよな。
ええ、半神半人の英雄。ウルクの王、不老不死の探求者。この世の全てを治めたとされる暴君だけど、まさかあんなイカれたやつだったとは思わなかったわ。バーサーカーをこともなげに倒したことといい、あいつ本気になったセーバーより強いかもしれないわね。
Tozaka doesn't sound as sharp. It doesn't seem like it's because there's a new enemy.
どうしたんだよ、トサカ。奥歯に物が挟まったような言い方だけど。
ちょっとね。あいつ確かに強かった。あれだけの数の宝具を持ってるんだから、その力は一級品でしょ。けど実質はどうなのかなって。私あいつとバーサーカーにそう実力差はないと感じてたんだけど。
She ponders. Huh? Could it be that Tozaka doesn't know about his powers?
いや、あいつ自身はセイバーやバーサーカーと同じか、きっとそれ以下だ。そもそも英霊の強さは召喚された土地での知名度によるんだろ。ならギルガメッシュなんて英雄、こっちじゃ知ってるやつはそうはいないぞ。
Is that the rule now? I keep I can't keep this straight.
それはそうだけど、知名度による実力の変化だっ
Okay,
て
cool,
そう
cool,
大
cool,
きい
cool.
ものじゃないわ。私にはどうもあの金ピカは反則めいて見えたんだけど。
Tozaka calls him a strange name. Well, with that aside,
いや、だから反則だって。あいつの持ってた宝具はみんな本物だ。いや、そうじゃなくて、きっと本物の元になった武器なんだ。ギルガメッシュは一番古い神話の英雄で、あらゆる贅沢を尽くした王様だったんだろ。なら各地の神話の元になった原点を所有していてもおかしくない。
じゃあ何？あいつが出してた宝具は宝具じゃなくてただの武器ってこと？
だろうな。あいつの宝具自身はきっと蔵なんだ。生前にあいつが集めた財宝を収納した蔵こそがあいつの宝具なんだと思う。
そっか。ならバーサーカーが叶わないのも当然よね。英霊たちにはそれぞれ弱点がある。すべての宝具の原型を持つんなら、相手の弱点となるものを持ち出せばいいだけの話だもの。
That's right. There's a chance of victory. It is that he is not a master of these weapons. He is not a wielder that has mastered his weapons to the limit, so I think there is still a way to beat him. But with all that aside,
まあトサカ、本当に関係ないんだけど、なんで金ピカなんだよあいつ。
seriously,
ああ、いや、それは髪が金色だったからとか。
何言ってんだ。それならセイバーも金ピカなんて呼んでたはずだ。金ピカ、すごいぞ。実に意味ありげじゃんか。なんか他に気づいたことがあったからそう口にしたと見た。ここまで来て隠すなよ。トサカ、なんか気づいたんだろ。
ちょっと違うってば。私のは白みたいに。
if it wasn't for the music, I would feel, because you would call him Goldie because he's got the gold armor, but if she shouldn't have seen that. But what is?
嘘つけ。根拠もなしで金ピカなんて呼ぶもんか。ほら、白状しろよトサカ。今は一つでも情報が欲しいんだから。
あ、
I stare at Tosaka. After a few seconds, she sighs as if she's given up.
だからそれは、あいつ高価そうなのいっぱい持ってたでしょ。それでものすごくお金持ちなんだろうなって。
What?
だから金ピカ、あの金ピカすっごい贅沢してそうじゃない。
Tosaka scratches her cheek while looking away. How scary. It seems anyone who's rich is called Goldie by Tosaka. What's more scary is that Tosaka figured out the servant's true nature because he seemed rich. Seemed rich. Why did that come from?
厄介なやつが出てきたものね。8人目のサーバントって時点で破綻してるのに、そいつ自身がジョーカーなんだもの。問い詰めようにも監督役の綺麗は行方知れずだし。
You really don't think he's dead, huh?
まあ、今はキャスターの方が大事だから後回しにするしかないんだけど。
That's right. Caster obtaining more power as we speak. Saber should not be able to oppose Caster's control much longer. No. In the worst case, Saber could already be under her control.
そうだな。
Done!
イリアスフィールの協力は得られなかったけど、だからといって放っておくわけにはいかない。こうなったら2人だけでキャスターを倒せる手段を考えよ
う。そうね。何のアイデアもないけどやるしかないか。
She sighs and sits on the rubble.
まさかお城で作戦会議することになるなんてな。
I follow Tosaka's lead and sit down. Well, we'll have to bed to sleep in here. If we're lucky, we might even find some magical item of Iliasveel's. The moment we let our guard down...
やめとけやめとけ。お前たち二人だけで裏をかく？そんなの通用するわけねえだろ、間抜け。
A stunned voice comes from the front entrance. We jump up and turn to face the speaker.
いつぞやの夜以来だな、お二人さん。お互いしぶとく生き残っているようで何よりだ。
アンサー。
What is... Alright, fine. I quickly concentrate and connect my magic circuit. He is certainly Lancer. He speared my heart on the night 10 days ago. I can't let it happen again. I have to let Tosaka escape before he attacks.
白離れて。あいつは私が引きつけるから。
That's...
その間にあんたは2階に。
トサカ、走れ。 あいつは俺が食い止める。遠坂は一旦外に。
ちょっと待った。あんた自分を大切にしろってさっきの話全然聞いてなかったみたいね。
She lowers the hand she pointed at Lancer and points at me. But I have objections as well.
バカ言うな。忠告は聞かないってちゃんと断っただろう。殴り合いはこっちの役目だ。あいつとは二度目だし、ここは遠坂より俺の方が向いている。
This is ridiculous.
そんなわけないじゃない。相手は歩兵よ。飛び道具がない相手に飛び道具である私が逃げてどうすんのよ。
だからこそだろう。懐に入られたらおしまいってわからないか。いいか、遠坂は遠くから援護してくれればいいんだよ。
バカ、援護なんてできるか。あいにくそんな器用な魔術なんて知らないわよ。やるならあんたごと吹っ飛ばすに決まってんじゃない。
自分の壊し屋っぷりを開き直るな。だいたいどうしてそう何でもかんでも派手めで行こうってんだお前は。たまにはもっとつつましいことやってみろ。キャスターが遠坂はいらないもんって言ったのあんまり無視できないぞ本当。
なんですってこの。
And we argue for a few minutes. When we begin to tire and wonder how this got started, notice that Lancer is watching us with a smile.
あ、もう終わりか。別に急がねえから最後まで済ましちまいな。相手への不満はとことん吐き出しといた方がいいぞ。
Thanks, man. I cough and glare back at Lancer. I take half a step forward and Tosaka is right behind me. Man, we should have done so from the start.
ああ、待て待て。せっかく同意を得たところ悪いが、こっちに戦う気はない。見るに見かねてな。少しばかり手助けしてやろうと出しゃばりに来たわけだ。
Hold on. What did you just say? I mean, yeah, obviously. Fuck. It's crazy, but...
聞き違いかしら。今手助けをするって聞こえたけど。
なんだ、わかりづらいか。なら言い直すか。お前たち二人だけではキャスターたちには太刀打ちできん。できんだろうから俺が手を貸してやると言ったんだ。
I'm stunned. But Tosaka quickly grasps the situation.
そう、本当に出しゃばりね、ランサー。聞くけど、それはあなたのアイデア？
いや、俺のマスターからの指示だ。キャスターたちがああなっちまった以上、一人きりの身としては協力者が欲しいんだと。連中を潰すまでの共同戦線ってやつだな。
まっとうな理由ね。けど、それなら私たちよりもっと頼りがいのあるやつがいるでしょ。
Is she talking about Shinji and Gilgamesh? Seems Tosaka is trying to figure out if Lancer knows about them.
いや、あれはダメだ。とてもじゃないが性に合わん。戦力的には申し分ないが、いちいち背中の心配をするのも面倒だろ
ふん、正しい選択ね、ランサー。けど、それもあなたのマスターの指示ってわけ？
それも違うな。あんたらを選んだのは俺の趣味だ。一度面識がある分話が早いだろ。
I mean, since we know each other so intimately. He speaks plainly. It seems that fighting Archer and driving his lance through my heart are the same as becoming acquaintances to him.
待てランサー。俺はお前に二度も殺されかかった。だっていうのに、お前の言葉を信用すると思っているのか。
思っているさ。お前の参謀はさっぱりとしたいい女だからな。そんな女が手を貸すってんだから、お前だって物好きなお人よしなんだろ。
I frown. I'm troubled that Tosaka is nodding at her enemy's words.
そういうわけだ。だから協力できるって思ったのさ。ああ、言っておくが、お前たちがじゃない。お前たちなら協力してやっていいとこの俺が思ったんだ。
I can't understand the difference.
大した自信ね。協力しようって持ちかけておいて選ぶのはそっちってこと？
ああ、初見からあんたのことは気に入ってたんだぜ。美人で強情で肝が据わっていると来ている。女をマスターにするんならな、あんたみたいなのがいい。
Lancer looks at Tosaka with cool eyes. I don't like him for some reason.
いいわ。私は賛成。けどまだ決定じゃない。エミヤ君が信用できないって言うんなら、この話はなかったことにするけど。
だそうだ。どうする小僧。お前、器を試されてるぞ。
Lancer looks at me, trying to suppress his laughter. My answer is... Okay, so my options are alright, I don't mind, but under one condition, and I refuse. Well, now personally, I have no objections. We have really no better options. So I would be inclined to go for alright. But I have to know what the condition is. If I don't, I won't find out. He's not gonna I'd say yes, thinking about this other thing. But no, we're doing it. But what do you have in mind, Amiya? We have to accept this offer. Even if he's an enemy, he's still right. Tosaka and I can't beat Caster. But we might have a chance with Lancers with us. I'm not sure about that even. But...
分かった。お前の言い分は信じる。けど条件付きだ。キャスターを倒すために手を貸してもらうし、俺たちもお前を信用する。その代わり。
その代わりなんだ？俺のマスターを
I would love to know that.
違う。仲間だからって気安く遠坂には近寄るな。
What? The air freezes. Lancer is speechless, like he's been sucker punched.
なるほどなるほど。そりゃそうだ。俺のマスターなんぞよりそっちの方が何倍も重要だよな、坊主。
He starts laughing heartily. I like Lancer a lot.
悪いか。言っとくけど、遠坂はやらないからな。
まさか悪くなんかね。むしろ見直したところだ。いや、いいね、お嬢ちゃん。坊主、あんたにぞっこんじゃないか。
何言ってんのよあんた。私とシロはそんなんじゃないわよ。そう、私たちはただの協力関係なんだから。
そうか？
なんかムカつくわねあんた。何よその見透かしたような顔は。
A child died today.
ほら、シロもなんか言いなさいよ。私たちはただの協力関係だって。
Fucking.
言いなさいよバカ。これじゃ本当に私たちが付き合ってるって。
だから本当も何もとっくに出来上がってんだよ、お前たち。 旗から見てる俺でさえわかるのに、当の本人たちがごまかしてる。
Ah, this is hard, kid. Lancer makes a sympathetic gesture.
まあ遠坂が大変なのはもう分かってるか。
I dismiss his sympathy with a sour look.
ほう、そりゃ頼もしい。んじゃあ俺もそれなりに気を使ってジョーちゃんと付き合おう。だがまあからかうと面白いジョーちゃんなんだな。道中楽しませてはもらうぜ。それぐらいの見返りは構わねえだろ。
分かった、その線でいこう。キャスターを倒すまであんたの力を借りる。
決まりだな。んじゃまあとりあえず握手と。
Lancer walks to me unarmed and shakes my hand. There are worrying factors, but we're able to obtain a reliable ally. All that's left is...
このかったら来た。いいわよ、あんたたちなんてこっちから願い下げよう。こうなったら
Alright, me and Lancer and... How can I calm her down? We walk through the dark forest. Although we don't know his intentions, having Lancer's help means we don't need to stay at the castle anymore. Lancer must have taken a liking to Tosaka, as he keeps messing with her and getting it by her.
ちょっとあんたね、ちゃんと自分のマスターがいるんでしょ。ならおとなしくしてなさいよ。キャスターを倒したら敵同士になるんだし、話なんかしてもしょうがないでしょ。作戦会議以外はみんな無
What
駄
the
口よ。
fuck?
無駄口。
Is Kodamine really not dead? Or did he never kill Lancer's original master in this version?
なんだ、敵になるからって話はなしか。見かけによらず余裕がないんだな。相手が敵であろうと気が合うなら膝交えて語り明かすってのが情だろうに。
いつの時代の人間よ、あんた。そういうね、明日には殺すけど今日は親友だなんてのは今時流行らないの。やるとなったら徹底してやらないと相手にも失礼じゃない。
はあ、そりゃまたつまんねえ世の中になったもんだ。
Lancer does not learn his lesson. I think they've been repeating the same kind of conversation for a while now.
それよりランサー、自分の役割きちっと分かってるんでしょうね。
ああ、梅雨払いは任せておけ。お前たち二人でキャスターとそのマスターと戦うんだろ。俺の役目はアーチャーの
The Lancer Archer fight is gonna happen. It's just in the complete opposite direction.
最悪セーバーもどうにかしなくちゃならんが、まあ抑えるだけなら問題ない。
He speaks objectively. He isn't even scared of fighting Saber and Archer at the same time. Oh yeah, Saber commented on him when we were training in the dojo. She said Lancer is the best when it comes to surviving. She praised him, saying that when his excellent agility and great experience, Lancer would be an impregnable wall if he went into defense. He must have fought many battles from disadvantageous positions when he was alive. This man ran through fatal battles like a panther and lived on.
それはいいけどな。敵はアーチャーとセイバーだけじゃない。キャスターの下にはアサシンもいるんだろう。なら最悪あんたの相手は3人ってことになるぞ。
ああ、そりゃやべえな。 あの野郎は苦手だ。できれば1対1でもやり合いたかね。あの手のやつは遠くから仕留めるに限るが、まあその心配は不要だな。アサシンは教会には現れない。
どうしてそう断言できるのよ。キャスターが竜道寺に戻らないなら門番としてアサシンだって呼び戻すんじゃないの？
いや、アサシンはキャスターが呼び出したサーバントだが、それゆえに制約がある。奴はあの場所そのものに呼び出された英霊だ。竜道寺を離れることはできんし、何よりキャスターが呼び戻さんだろう。あれはキャスターがマスターに黙って独断で召喚したサーバントだ。マスターが教会にいる以上は隠し通すし、おいそれと竜道寺を手放すこともできまい。
竜道寺を手放せない。それってつまり
聖杯の召喚場所があの山だからだろうな。知っているか？聖杯戦争は今回で5回目だが、聖杯が呼び出される土地は4カ所ある。そのうちの一つが竜道寺であり、教会でもあるわけだ。
4, you say?
ちなみに3回目の召喚場所は教会だったらしい。4回目はどこぞの平地だったそうだ。
Plain, you say?
へえ、戦ってれば幸せみたいな人だと思ったけど、意外に物知りなんだ、あなた。
単にマスターが小難しいやつなだけだ。お前たちの事情に関心があるわけじゃない。
けどそっか。じゃあ今回の召喚場所って1回目と同じ場所に戻ったってことなのね。
Susaka starts to ponder. Lancer watches her with delight and walks on in the dark forest. The date has already changed. The day should be dawning by the time we get out of this forest. I mentally prepare myself as I walk. We will fight Castor again in a few hours. I won't hesitate, even if that girl would have turned into our enemy by then. We'll defeat Castor. I have to tell myself that. It is the most important thing right now. We head to the battlefield. No matter what may be awaiting us at the church at daybreak, we cannot stop now.